Got tagged here to a tweet by Permaband. Well, thank you for the tag. Let's see what's going on here. It says, talk about having an inflated ego. I'm sure attacking the VTuber audience and shoving IRL depressing sociopolitics into everyone's escapism and relaxation is going to do great. We've got an image here of a tweet by a VTuber. Let's go to the tweet itself. So we've got the tweet here with over 1,100 likes and just over 450,000 views. That reads,
y'all don't think if I win any one of those VTuber awards that I'm not taking that acceptance speech as an opportunity to talk about real issues?
All right, let's pause there real quick. If you're out of the loop, there's currently some sort of VTuber award event going on. I believe it's like a new event, and that's what this Aurora VTuber is referring to in that post.
I'm thanking y'all, then going straight into BLM, Free Palestine, Congo, and Sudan. Like, so many people are complaining about the person running it but aren't thinking about what it means to win it. It's a chance to make an audience accountable on a huge platform. Imagine reaching that big of an audience to talk about things that matter.
Okay, pause again. First of all, quote, talk about the things that matter, unquote. You don't get to dictate what matters to each individual like that, as if you're the arbiter of all things on earth. You might have a viewer who just lost their parent or their kid or their friend or maybe just lost their job or something of the sort. Point is, you don't know what they're going through. And a bit of escapism may matter a great deal to that person. The second thing, this VTuber said, quote, hold the audience accountable, unquote. What the heck is that even supposed to mean? Is she trying to blame her own audience or the VTuber community for the things that she mentioned? Makes no sense.
F the clout for personal gain. I want that clout to spread more awareness. You all know I have always used my platform to speak up on issues. That's never going to change, so vote for people that will make a difference. This is your voice and opportunity, too.
This VTuber went on to say more, and we'll get to the rest. First, one more thing about the entire post. It just comes off so fake. Looks like the VTuber is just giving a fake concern for those issues and trying to use the plight of people in armed conflicts for votes. Now it's getting kind of serious, and you guys know I like to laugh. So I gotta have a quick laugh. I gotta go back to that hold the audience accountable thing real quick. You imagine you're one of this VTuber's audience, you're like a viewer, and suddenly you see this tweet, and it's like, suddenly you're being blamed for frickin' Congo and a bunch of other stuff. You're like, dude, I just wanted to watch your streams. I wanted to watch you play frickin' Minecraft or something.
I'm aiming for these. I'm not a big VTuber by any means, and no matter how hard my audience tries, I may never end up on this ballot, but you should be voting for people that represent what you want the world to see. Even if that's not me.
The VTuber then adding this third tweet to their thread, so to speak. And I'm going to save you some time here. I mean, if you want to pause and read the whole thing, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to save you some time, though, and just read you bullet points about what's said here. I'm also going to save you hearing any more TTS. So here's the 3 bullet points. 1, continues telling people what they should do. 2, tells people that they should, quote, educate themselves on what's happening, unquote. And 3, then continues to tell people what they should do some more. So yeah, like I said, I think that stuff comes off pretty dang fake, and it's just not a great look. The whole using armed conflicts for votes and for publicity and all that, not a great look. And it also shows how this VTuber, and by the way, we've seen other VTubers do similar things as this, although I don't know if they were asking for votes in those situations, mainly just using it for like publicity and all that. But whenever VTubers do that, and they demand that people, or specifically like other VTubers, talk about political issues and or tragedies going on around the world, and they act like it's such an easy thing to talk about. Oh yeah, sure, just talk about how these people were shot up and killed. Yeah, just talk about that. You understand it's a really heavy topic. You understand how many people, like I said, already have tough things going on, and they need the escapism, and they don't tune in to watch this stuff to hear about how people are being slaughtered or something. Like, it's a very, I think, easy concept to grasp, but somehow this VTuber and others who have said similar things in the past seem to not grasp that. I also don't like how they downplay the benefit of escapism. And when I say escapism, I'm talking about from both angles here, the VTuber being the VTuber and being a viewer. Because many people, whether they are VTubers or some other sort of, streamer, YouTuber, whatever, or a viewer, that they often use the escapism to try and deal with the tragedies and or depression, et cetera, that they're facing in life. And so to expect some streamer or VTuber, whatever, who's already dealing with their own trauma, depression, whatever the case may be for that individual, and then you expect them to go talk about these serious issues that could certainly invoke depression and sadness and sorrow and all this stuff, It shows a disregard for genuine care for that person. And also, like I said, for the viewer too. You have the exact same thing going on with the viewers, where they may, as I mentioned earlier in this video, as a couple examples, have just lost a parent, just lost a kid, just lost their job. Now they're going to lose their home. You don't know what's going on. And they might tune in to some VTuber or something for a shred of escapism so that they can hopefully make it to the next day. And the examples don't even have to always be that extreme either. It could be as simple as a bad day at work. A bad day at work, man. And like I said, to make it to the next day, you gotta at least get something that makes you smile that night. To summarize and recap what I said quickly as the issues, in my humble opinion, with that VTuber's take and those who have made similar takes. 1, it comes off like they are just showing fake concern for the plight of people in armed conflicts for publicity and votes. And 2, it downplays the tragedies and difficult things that people are already facing in life, showing no regard for them at all. Finally, the VTuber later added this follow-up tweet.
To my audience, now you don't have to agree or disagree. I just need this to be said. I have very strong beliefs. I speak on them very often because I am a very passionate person. I want you all to be safe while I do. I want you all to understand that you all are so important to me, and I don't speak on these things to hurt my platform or my audience. I speak on them because I believe I've grown this platform with all these amazing people for not just entertainment but also to have a voice for those who otherwise may not be able to speak.
Okay, we can pause there and add another issue with the take. So that sort of thing really comes off like you're propping yourself up too much. Like, oh, look at me. I'm tweeting a whole bunch and I'm really making a difference. Really? Are you? So the people in the Congo that you talked about, they're going to be really glad to know that you tweeted about them, right? Like you really did a whole lot for them, right? Round of applause. We should praise this person. Come on.
Thank you for always being here with me. We may not always agree and we may not always believe in the same things, but what makes this community so dang great is all the acceptance you all harness and showcase across all my platforms. I know we cultivated this place with love, humanity, and goodness in mind. You deserve my gratitude for that. Thank you.
Ultimately, I just hope if the VTuber or others who have made similar takes or would make similar takes in the future end up seeing this video, that they can understand the issues that many people see with this sort of thing and how fake it comes off to others, as well as all of the other issues I outlined with it already. So let's now move on to some of the public reception. This gets really interesting. You'll see why in just a moment. So there's a response here to the VTuber Aurora on that most recent take that we read by Floppy Fiona, who says, "You say you're not talking about big things like the ones you mentioned to hurt your platform, but you don't realize that you are actively hurting your platform. Instead of being involved in stuff you don't understand, you should entertain your audience." Fiona got this response from Andrew that says, "It's not your place to tell content creators how they should be using their platform. If you don't like someone's content, then you have countless other options to choose from." However, let's go back to that first sentence. It's not your place to tell content creators how they should be using their platform, Andrew says, which is rather ironic considering that one could argue that on some level that's what Aurora has been doing. Many of the responses are critical of the take, including, as you can see at the very top, one coming from what seems to be a friend or a viewer of Aurora's, which Aurora has actually responded to right there. And scrolling on, you can see the majority of these responses do seem to be rather critical of the take. Back to the quote tweets, we can see a response here with over 6,900 likes in this meme posted by Haru47. And another meme, this one posted by Chise, getting over 1,100 likes. Conversely, however, here's a tweet defending Aurora's take, saying, "My heart breaks seeing the replies to this. Aurora is using her platform and it's commendable. If you want VTubers that just play games, there's literally thousands of them out there, but my community and I will stand for those that speak up." However, the defense posts are few and far between compared to the critical ones, such as this response, which reads, "Anyone who picks every single possible issue to be an activist about does not actually give anything more than a fleeting care about those issues and cannot be trusted." So there you go. The situation, my opinion, and some public reception. Consider letting me know your thoughts on this topic in the comments. As always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll leave it there. See you in the comments and in the next segment.